In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 things you need to learn before it's too late. Let's get started. So number 1 is gardening. We all know everybody has to eat, and with all the food shortages and everything like that, the President of the United States, not gonna say names, has pretty much told everybody that there are going to be food shortages, but he forgot to tell the people to get ready. So anyway, all I know is I'm not going to be the one standing in the bread line, Lord willing, and our family is working together as a team and we are growing our own food. So all you have to grow is your bulk staples, potatoes, squash, and leafy greens. That's really all you need, and you can survive pretty well on that. And then a sprinkling here and there of some meat. So as you can see down here in the south, sweet potatoes grow incredibly, as you can see. All of this is sweet potatoes. These are orange sweet potatoes. The other cool thing about sweet potatoes is that they are 2-in-1. You get your potatoes and your leafy greens. So it's kind of like growing your salad and your leafy greens. Does it taste like romaine lettuce? No. Does it taste like iceberg cabbage or whatever the heck that stuff's called? No. It's a little bit more rough tasting, but in hard times, I don't think any of us are going to be complaining. I mainly wanted to make this video to encourage some people out there. We're doing all of this on a little less than 2 acres. The garden section is way less than a half an acre. It's probably more like 1/4 of an acre or less. But you can grow an outstanding amount of food in a very little area. And I think the littler, almost the better, because there's just so much diversity that you can have here. As you can see, the good Lord has been blessing us with some corn this year. Us boys and our mom have planted this corn and have been watering it, so it's been coming up really well. So we're experimenting with some sweet corn, because who doesn't like sweet corn? I don't care where you live, you can grow some food. Even if you live somewhere that just has a balcony, you can get some Rubbermaid buckets, put a bag of dirt in there and stick some seeds in there and start growing. There's no excuse to not be growing anything. There's no excuse whatsoever. And it's not a good excuse to say you're too busy, because we can all make time to plant food, because you will be thanking yourself in the long run. Instead of starving and waiting in a bread line, you will be able to go out into your backyard or out into your balcony and pick fresh tomatoes and dig up some fresh potatoes for dinner. And you know exactly what is in it. You know it's not sprayed with herbicides and pesticides, and it's not GMO rounded up garbage that overall will kill you or take some years off of your life. So anyway, that is number 1, gardening. We have to get back to the old ways of doing things, because we are too reliant on the old Walmart and the old little grocery stores. We the people have to take it back into our own hands. We have to control what we eat, and because if we don't, it will go downhill very quickly. Little bit of advice for anybody in the wood business. When you got a wood yard like this and you live in Texas and it's about 98 to 100 degrees right now, it's all shady and cool under there, snake heaven. Me and my brother, we killed a 4-foot copperhead in here. So all I was doing is I was just looking around in here, and I was picking logs out of here and putting them in the buggy, and I picked one up and he was curled up right there in a little striking pose, ready to pop me. So just a tip. That's why I have this. I'd rather this get whacked than my hand. I can just go along in here and check stuff out or pick some logs out, and see, I don't even have to bend over either. I can just bring a log in close like that. It's a good little tip. All right, let's put the oak on there. This is no child's play, the oak. Man's work. So that is number 2, firewood. Firewood makes us totally self-sufficient on the heating aspect of the homestead here. Pretty much 100% of the houses down here are all electric heat. I know it's crazy, but down here in Texas, electricity was super cheap and everybody had electric everything. So the Lord blessed us with finding 2 really big, beautiful cast iron stoves. We have an insert, but the insert is really just for looks, and so much of the heat was just flying right up that chimney. So I was like, we just need a good old-fashioned cast iron stove. And actually these new ones are even more efficient than the old school ones. So anyway, I think we're going to be able to heat with way less wood this winter, but we do have an additional stove to run though. We have one in our tiny house and one in the main house. And probably off and on we will still burn. We might still light the insert every once in a while, maybe when company comes over. But with rolling blackouts probably gonna be a thing, or at least we're just prepping for that. And all this magical electricity that just appears out of nowhere, and it doesn't really take anything to make it, and you know, we're gonna save the planet, man, and everything like that. And when everybody's rolling around in their electric Rolls Royce and stuff like that, and when electricity 10x's, we're gonna be able to turn off our main heater, our main electric heater in our house, and just sit back and watch some good old-fashioned TV, aka the fireplace, not having to worry a bit about what the electricity prices are in the wintertime. It is a different story in the summertime. Comment down below, what are y'all doing to prep for the summer months? Especially everybody in the US and around the world has actually been feeling this very hot spell. Maybe not the people up in Canada and Alaska, but anyway, there's still like there's still snow on the ground up there. What are y'all doing to not burn as much electricity in the summertime? Down here in Texas, it's not like just open up the windows. You will literally sweat to death inside your house. There is that southern breeze that, you know, is perpetually moving, like right now. I mean, it's always moving, and it's really, really nice. Some people from up north would say it's muggy, but whatever. I think it's beautiful. I think it's very beautiful, very nice. So that is number 2, heating with wood. Wood, everything wood, cooking with wood, everything wood related. So even in these hot months, early in the morning, I've been getting up, well, trying to anyway, and coming out here and splitting like that, just 5 or 6 logs. Only takes me less than 10 minutes to do. Split them up. They can sit there for as long as they want. They'll dry out there in the pile. And then eventually I'll go and stack them up for the winter, but it's pretty simple, y'all. So number 3, preserving food. What good is it to have a garden and raise animals and things like that when you can't preserve food, or you have no way to preserve food? So that's mainly my mother's job, and us kids, we help out a lot with her as much as possible. But preserving food, canning food, drying food, putting it away for hard times. And hard times are coming if history repeats itself, which it does, sadly, because I don't know why we can't just learn from history, but if we would learn from history, none of this would be happening. So preserving food, there's a million different ways to preserve food. We feature a lot of that on the channel. Bulk food, 1-year pantry, 1-year rotations, or 6-month rotations through our bulk foods to keep them nice and fresh so they're not too old. But it's outstanding, y'all. We had, it was quite funny. My mom made some pear bread, and she's like, you know what's so crazy is that the pear butter that I use in this pear bread, We preserved it 2 years ago, back in like 2019 or something. I think it was back in 2020 or 2019. So it might have almost been 3 years ago by now. She's like, is that crazy? You know, that we can come out, we can take that, pop it open and make it into something absolutely delicious 2 or 3 years later. It's just a super, super cool feeling. So that is number 3, learning how to preserve your food and preserve seeds. That is another really, really good one. Is at the end of the season and everything dies back and fall's coming on and everything like that, you don't really want to be relying on the big box stores to be giving you seeds. So there you go. This is a bonus one, just wanted to add this one in here. So if anybody's still watching, hopefully you get a bonus. So you have been rewarded. So anyway, number 4, it's almost impossible if you don't learn how to work together as a family. All of us kids, our whole entire family, we tell each other all the time, we are one big team. We're not against each other at all. All of us kids don't have assigned chores just because we are all on the same team. So if one of my brothers are sick and they can't do their chore, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, you know, the chickens won't get fed. I'm gonna take that responsibility and go feed the chickens. Maybe if I just want to be a blessing to my brother or my mom or my dad. So anyway, learning how to work together. You know, this is very tricky. This is one of the things why I think it's 100% important for all families to be homeschooling their kids and learning the old ways and the old skills of life, because it's very, 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 very difficult to do this lifestyle if your kids are in public school or they are tied up in a million different little like tchotchke type of like activities or whatever, like football, basketball, baseball, junk that will do absolutely nothing in their life. It will never make them money. They will never learn anything from it. If they want to learn how to work together as a team, because some people say that's why they send their kids to baseball and football, to learn, you know, good teamwork or whatever, garbage. It's garbage. They should learn that at the house. They should learn that on the homestead with their family, with their hands in the dirt, working together as a team. That is how you learn good teamwork, because my mom and dad say it all the time. Without us kids, none of this would be possible. This whole entire area back here would still be pure brush, even though they might, maybe in 8 years they would be able to clear out a little bit, but without us boys, they would absolutely would be in a pickle, definitely. But I do want to encourage the older generation out there that have been doing it way longer than I have, and I just want to encourage y'all, even if it's only 2 people, only if it's just you and your husband or your husband doing it, and you know, you're a little bit older, it is still 100% fine, even more so probably because you just got that much more knowledge and everything like that. I have a neighbor right across the street. They're in their 70s and they're master gardeners and they got a million things growing in their backyard. Hope that y'all liked today's video. I hope I encourage at least one person out there. Go plant something, go chop some wood, go preserve something, even if you didn't grow it. I can't wait to see y'all again on another video. If you think this video is worthwhile, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We're family friendly and it's gonna stay that way. And we try our hardest to glorify the Lord in everything that we do. So anyway, share this video with family and friends. Get them excited about preserving food, growing food, and we will catch y'all on the next video. Bye-bye. I feel like the Lone Ranger with these gloves on. We're gonna wait here a little while till the wind starts to die down.